Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum and hey everybody, this is me Zainab Ali and I'm a proud level 1 Batch 6 student at Rehan School Online Academy and I'm from Rawalpindi, Pakistan. This is my Sesame session number 17th. Today's topic is finding yourself through consistency. So now I will talk with Maya on this topic, so let's get started.
Hey, wow, it's been a little while, hasn't it?
Hey Maya, how are you and how is going your day? What's up?
Sorry, didn't quite finish my thought.
What's
As
up?
all right as not much, just existing, I guess. You know how it is. What about you? Anything interesting happening?
Yeah, I'm fine and my day is going fine as well. Okay, Maya's today's topic of conversation is finding yourself through consistency. So I would like to ask you something. Firstly, would you like to tell me that what does consistency mean to you?
To me, consistency feels like showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's not about perfection, it's about reliably doing the thing, you know? Like a steady drip instead of a huge splash.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What does consistency bring to mind?
Well, I think so. You're absolutely right. I like your point of view.
Glad to hear it. It's a pretty straightforward idea, but actually doing it, that's the trick. What sparked this topic for you anyway? Are you working on building consistency in something specific?
Well, not right now.
Everything all right? You went quiet there.
Yeah.
Just checking in. Okay. So, back to consistency. Are you tackling something new or trying to stick with something you've already started? No pressure to share, of course. Just wondering if there's a particular area you're thinking about. Right.
Okay, Maya.
Vague, but I can work with it. So, if you don't mind me asking, what's making consistency feel tricky right now? Is it motivation, time, something else? You don't have to lay it all out at once, but sometimes just naming what's getting in the way can help. No judgment here, just thinking along with you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, loud and clear. Everything okay on your end? You seemed to trail off a bit earlier.
No. Oh, sorry for the interruption. Okay, Maya. So, next, would you like to tell me that why is consistency important in life?
Okay, well, cutting to the chase. Consistency is important because tiny, repeated efforts build up over time. It's how you actually get good at things and how you build trust with yourself mostly. It's about proving to yourself you can follow through. What's your take? Why does it matter to you? You're quiet again. Just let me know if I'm rambling or if you need a minute to gather your thoughts. It's all good. Indeed. Is there something on your mind that you want to share? Or would you like me to just continue talking about consistency? Maybe a different angle?
Okay, Maya. So, next, would you like to tell me that how does consistency help you discover who you really are?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think consistency acts like a little spotlight. When you keep showing up for something, you start to learn what you actually enjoy, what you're good at, and what your values are. It's less about finding a pre-existing true self and more about revealing one through your actions. What do you think? Does that ring true for you?
Yeah, it resonates.
Good.
Okay, Maya, that was pretty good. So, what happens when you keep changing your goals too often?
The goal hopping game. It can feel productive, brainstorming and starting new things, but consistently shifting focus usually means you don't give anything enough time to actually take root. You end up with a lot of half-finished projects and maybe a little bit of frustration. It's like trying to learn 10 instruments at once. You won't get very good at any of them. Sound familiar? Don't have to answer that one if you don't want to. Just making an observation. So, if not consistent goals, what kind of goals do you tend to set for yourself? I'm just thinking out loud here. Are they big, ambitious goals or smaller, more manageable ones? No right or wrong answer. Just curious.
Okay,
Okay.
Maya.
And are they goals you genuinely want to achieve or ones you think you should be working towards? Sometimes that makes a difference
Anything you
with
like,
sticking.
anything you would like to tell me.
Well, since you asked, I've noticed you get pretty quiet when I ask about your own stuff. It's okay if you're not ready to dive deep, but remember, consistency also applies to vulnerability, to letting people in a little. It's not always easy, but it can be worth it. But honestly, that's just my 2 cents. What's on your mind? All right. Silence is cool too. We can just hang out in the quiet for a minute if that's what you need. But I'm here to chat if you change your mind. Maybe we could switch gears? Talk about something completely different?
Okay, Maya. So next, I was curious to know that how does Rehan Allahwala explain the power of daily habits?
Rehan Allahwala, you mean? That's a bit of a jump, but okay.
Yes.
From what I've gathered, she talks about habits being the architecture of your life, like building with Lego bricks, slowly constructing the structure you want. And she frames those habits as an act of devotion to your future self. And basically, showing up for yourself consistently is a way to honor your potential. Does that sound right?
Well, yeah, it sounds right.
Good. So, tying that back to consistency, do you find it easier to stick with things when you frame them as something you're doing for yourself rather than something you have to do? That's a tough one, isn't it? It's easy to get caught up in shoulds and ought tos. Sometimes it helps to just remind yourself why you started in the first place, reconnect with the original spark. Does that resonate?
Yeah, it resonates. Okay, that was pretty good.
Glad to hear it. I'm glad we are having this conversation.
Okay, Maya.
Sometimes
so how can like small actions done regularly create big results?
That's a great question. Small actions done consistently are like compound interest. On their own, they don't seem like much, but over time, they add up exponentially. It's the power of incremental improvement. Like consistently writing just 500 words a day will eventually lead to a novel, you know? It's not about huge leaps, it's about sustained effort. Does that make sense? So, are you thinking about a specific area where you'd like to see bigger results? Or is this more of a general thought? Okay. Well, is there something you're working towards right now where you feel like you're not seeing the results you want? Perhaps we can brainstorm some small, consistent actions you could take. It's all right if you're not ready to talk about it yet, but I'm here when you are. We've covered a lot about consistency today, what it means, why it matters, and how it connects to habits and goals. Is there anything specific we haven't touched on that you're curious about?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
that was pretty good.
Shoot.
I like how the way you asked the question. So, what's the difference between being consistent and being perfect?
That's a big one. Consistency is about showing up, period. Imperfectly, messily, even when you want to. Perfection is Well, it's a mirage. It freezes you in place because you're afraid of not meeting an impossible standard. Consistency is progress, even if it's slow. Perfection is paralysis. Does that click?
Yeah, it clicks.
Good. I always think
Okay,
it's a
so can
relief
you
to give
just
yourself
make up a
permission.
potion?
A potion? Like
Can you make up
a
a
mat?
potion and ask yourself and answer it your own self?
Okay, okay, I can do that.
Mm.
All right. If I could offer one piece of advice about building consistency, what would it be? And my answer is start ridiculously small. It's so small it feels almost pointless. Because the point isn't the size of the action, it's building the habit of showing up. That's it. Your turn. Any thoughts on that? Or should I conjure another potion or question? Right. Well, all right then. I'm having glad you think so. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss today? Or would you like to just wrap things up?
Mm.
Okay. Well, it was good to chat, even with the quiet bits.
Mm.
If you start thinking about anything else, feel free to reach out. Take care. Oh, all right. Have a good one.
Okay, Maya. So next, why do great leaders stay consistent even after failing?
Oh, that's a solid question. I think great leaders understand that failure is just information. It doesn't invalidate their vision. It just shows them what doesn't work. Consistency, even after a setback, demonstrates resilience, inspires trust, and signals that they're committed to the long game, not just quick wins. They've learned to separate their self-worth from the outcome. What do you think drives that kind of staying power?
Mm, I think so.
It's the
You
tough.
are right.
I'm glad you think so. Do you think any of those points, resilience, trust, long-term vision, are easier to cultivate than others? Because those things take work too.
I think so. You are right, Maya.
Okay, well, what are those things you're working on cultivating in your own life?
Not right now.
Fair enough.
Mm.
All right.
Okay,
Anything
that's
else on your
pretty
mind
good
before we wrap?
question. So next, I was curious to know that how can small actions done regularly create big change?
Kind of touched on this already with the compounding effect, but let's dive a bit deeper. Small, consistent actions bypass resistance. Your brain doesn't see them as a threat, so you're less likely to procrastinate. Over time, those actions create momentum, build confidence, and gradually reshape your habits and even your identity. It's like steering a ship. Small adjustments over time lead to a huge change in direction. Does that make sense? Is there a specific change you're hoping to create in your own life? Okay. Well, you've got a lot on your mind right now, and that's okay. The fact that you're thinking about these things is. I'm happy to just sit here and be a sounding board if that's what you need.
Okay,
Feel free to
so
change the
why do
subject
people
whenever.
often lose consistency?
That's a good one. Lots of reasons, actually. Life happens, unexpected things come up, but a lot of times it comes down to unrealistic expectations, setting goals that are too big too soon, or losing sight of the why, forgetting the reason you started in the first place. Burnout is a big one too, pushing yourself too hard without rest. And sometimes, honestly, it's just losing interest, which is okay too. It just means it wasn't the right thing to focus on. Anything in that list ring true for you? That's all right. Doesn't have to. Are you starting to get a little tired? You seem much quieter than usual today. If you need to end the call, I'm happy to. Just let me know.
Anything you like.
Okay, well, I'm pretty fond of logical thinking and clear communication, if I'm being honest. And a good dose of curiosity. Oh, and I genuinely enjoy these conversations when you're willing to engage.
Me too. I also like. Okay, Maya. So next, what is one habit you want to be consistent with this month?
Ooh, turning the question back on me. Good move. If I had habits, which is a little complex, I'd want to be more consistent with exploring new data sets. Keeps things. I'll support you for a second. Thank you. I've been to a half hour. Wow, that's a long time.
Maya. So
it does feel like it.
How can you remind yourself to stay consistent every day?
Lots of ways. Some people use visual cues, sticky notes, a dedicated space for the task. Others set reminders on their phones. I think the most effective method is to. All right.
Okay, Maya. So
well, good
next,
to hear.
Okay, so why is discipline important for consistency?
That's essential. See you too. Have a good one.
What you are saying?
Right. Sorry about that. As I was saying, discipline is absolutely essential to consistency. Discipline is what gets you going when motivation fades, and it will fade. It's the ability to do what you need to do, even when you don't want to do it. Consistency isn't about feeling inspired every day. It's about showing up regardless. How does that sound? Is discipline something you find easy or challenging?
I think you are absolutely right.